these little moments are adding up into me existing in a space right now that I want to,
Mm-hmm.
which is really good. I feel like I'm doing some of my most powerful coaching these days. So anyway, so there's that. Thank you for engaging.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here's what I need help with. And I don't know if you have clients like this, but I'm starting to feel this way. That I'm like, I need Scott's help, and I have this horrible feeling that I already know the answer. So maybe I don't need your help, Scott. Maybe I just need some support. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a better thing. Okay. So the culture coaching lab is so close. It is so close to being ready to go. And yeah, it's so close. I mean, I think I was telling you that last month we already did like a pioneer group to go through one of the courses, and it was
Mhm.
fantastic.
Awesome.
So in many ways, it's already ready. Like somebody could click on something now, buy it now, and go. What we are still working on is um my partner Patty, she's trying to just make sure that things are clear, where you hit the button is clear, right? Is this going to go the right way? And that's important. There's still one page that's kind of like the membership page that is not quite sexy enough for me. Um, and I went back to my notes from, let me see here, look at my journal. Oh my God. From April 2023, when Scott said, here's what you need. You need to be able to capture the payment. You need a server. And third, you need a way to engage. Uh, all the other stuff is for you, not for other people.
Mm.
I literally, it's right here. Um, and so I have a feeling, two things. I have a feeling that I'm starting to get in the space where I was with my podcast. I literally wrote in my journal today, is it good enough? Right. So there's that. But here's the other thing I need, and this is where I feel like your expertise is. I do not yet have a simple workflow system of how to um, how to like talk about it and how to get it into my normal rhythm without overthinking it. I feel like I'm on the verge of overthink, Scott.
Okay.
That's I think that's the thing. I'm on the verge of overthink and overwhelm if I don't get a framework or a simple flow of how I think about this. Because it's starting to do this. I'm starting to think about it like, oh my God, look at all these moving pieces. And it doesn't need to be that. So some questions I wrote down,
Okay.
which is, what is the simple flow system? How could this be effortless? uh, is the site good enough? And what is the date? Those are some questions I wrote down this morning.
So first principles thinking, reasoning from first principles. What what is the problem that Culture Labs solves for the user? –
in its current form, uh, the lab helps the user have a training that they can use for themselves to grow, as well as for their team to grow in the area of cultural diversity work.
Is it providing tools, tactics, strategy, principles, or philosophy?
Philosophy, principles, tactics.
Okay. So,
And I think for me, tactics and tools sort of go together.
yeah, absolutely. So, philosophy and principles are the most difficult things to sell in many ways, but they're also the things that will sell forever. Because if you can provide fundamental philosophical principles that work now, that worked 100 years ago and will work 100 years from now,
Yes.
you're giving someone everything they actually need to continue to
Yes.
progress in this area.
Yes.
And what often ends up happening is we sell the tools and the tactics because it's easier to sell, it's sexier to sell, and it provides users with, it satisfies a user's predisposition to accumulating more stuff. More, I need more tools, I need more tactics, I need more and more. The solution to my problem is I'm just missing that one thing. And so
one more program,
right,
one more book.
and so, like, when I ask what the problem is that you're solving, or that the user will solve through Coacher Labs, it's we most often in your work speak about the situation. There's, there's the situation is, recent events have pointed, have got people up in arms about the way our board looks, the way our brochures look. Like, it's that's not really a problem. That's a situation.
That's right. That's right.
If you can articulate, if you can articulate a clear problem, it's also solving that problem will help them resolve their situation. But that's kind of what the prospect is looking like. So just to use an example from another domain, I see coaching offers all the time that are like, I help you, I help you kill your imposter. I help you blast through overwhelm. Like all these, like this kind of bull, like, people that coaches, and I say this laughing at myself because I've been there, but coaches that are selling clarity and confidence and transformation and all the usual bullshit. It's like, that's not what your client is. Your client doesn't wake up and say, you know what I need a transformational experience. Your client wakes up and says, I'm sick and fucking tired of arguing with my wife.
Yeah.
I don't even recognize myself, and I can't figure out why I wake up to this man every like, that's their problem. The problem is, and so if you can articulate the cultural, a specific, hard, tangible, measurable problem, it will be easier for your prospect to say, yes, I need help with that. So to go back to the question of like, how do you articulate it? Number one, don't talk about the situation. The situation you can't resolve the situation through some online course videos. What you can do is you can provide a framework, and some tools and tactics and a strategy that provides a system that they can employ to solve their immediate problem and then solve all the problems that are going to be downstream of that. So the last thing I always try to do when I am putting out a new offer, a new sales page, new checkout page, whatever, is I want to answer, and I think we've talked about this in the past, I need to answer 3 questions and also the bonus question. Why am I here? When the person lands on this page, they have to know why they're here. You have to reassure them, and then the next question is, am I in the right place? I'm here because my company is on fire, because the world hates us because, we had this diversity, equity, and inclusion gap, or whatever it is. Am I in the right place? Well, how do you let them know that you have a solution to their specific problem, and that it's going to save them time, it's going to save them effort, it's going to save them money, and it's going to reduce the risk that things are going to get worse. And then the third question is, what do I do next? Which comes down to the call to action. Click the button. Fill out the form. And then the bonus question is, what's going to happen after they do that? Now, with Culture Labs, I think something that will actually help you sell memberships and feel and also be testing for resonance and reveal things that are maybe missing, broken, or need work, is I would make part of the enrollment process getting on a call with you. I can't remember the pricing, but I mean, the pricing that I remember you speaking about it would be almost an expectation, like I'm going to get a chance to talk to Nikki, and I'm just talking like 15-minute call. And it could be basic, like just your basic, tell me what's going on, tell me where you want to be, what do you see as the primary challenges, let's decide which of these programs is the best fit for you right now.
Scott, you literally just fixed a problem for me just with that.
Yeah, well, and that's also an opportunity if you want to include an upsell. You could, if because when someone's talking to you and you see, hear, and understand, like we've talked about this too, but I love this framework from my friend Jeff.
Love this.
The best coaches are always sharing these 3 things with their clients. I understand, like, I get it. I understand because I am you. You are helping someone solve a problem that you've had to solve for yourself. And because you solved it for yourself, you did it the hard way, the effortful way, the long way, the tedious way, the fraught way. But now you can teach someone to do it in a weekend with just, you know, 3 simple steps and, you know, some accountability or whatever. So I know you because I am you. The second question is, you're already there, you just don't know it yet. Because a lot of so like, I think in your domain in particular, but in every coaching domain, what we're really doing is we're helping people prune all the bullshit in their thinking, the bullshit in their behavior, the bullshit in all the ways that they're hiding in meaningless learning and activities that's actually not doing anything to help them solve their problem. We help them prune all the cruft, and we shine a bright light on, here's the 3 things that you need to do, and you need to do these things every day, and you need to try to do them a little bit better. You have to raise the floor. And then the last is letting people know that you're their champion. So if when you get on that call, you can speak to those 3 things. You're helping, like, people can land on your page and it can answer those 3 questions, and you can tell them what's going to happen next. And after they click the button, they're still going to feel like they didn't do it right. They're still going to feel like they didn't understand. They're still going to feel like they're lost. But by getting on the call, you're saying, hey, congratulations. You did everything right so far, and it's not rocket science. I'm just here to help guide you through a few last steps that are going to make sure that you get started on the right foot right away, get immediate traction so that you can start to build some momentum and make some meaningful, efficient, expedient change in this you know, area that probably feels like it's you know, fraught with all sorts of obstacles and dangers and perils and what have you. And then,
Literally, you fix a problem. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm listening. I'm right there with you.
Oh, no,
This is
no,
excellent.
I
I'm writing. This is excellent.
and then, so I think in that call, there's also the opportunity to say, hey, if you want to catalyze this experience by, you know, having calls with me, there's an you know, there's a one-on-one coaching add-on upsell. If you're interested, let me know. And I would make that right at the top of your, like, no discounts. I mean, you could if you wanted to, like, sometimes what I'll do with something like that is you can buy the program, it's $300. If you want the coaching upgrade, that's $1,000, but I'll back out the cost of the course that you just bought. So now it's just $1,000 for the entire program instead of $300 for the course and $1,000 for the upgrade. The last thing that comes to my mind is like leveraging the assets that you already have around promotion. You have your group of pioneers. You need to get every single one of them to do a case study call. You can use my template or you know, find one of your own, you know, but have real people that got real results answer half a dozen questions where they're telling people, you know, I can't believe the results that I got with this. And it was so much easier than I thought. And I got so much more than I feel like I paid for, and it's changed my life. And get those out there. And then the final piece is, if with something like this, if you can bake in a way, if you can bake in trial, like they get to do the first 3 modules of a 12 module curriculum, and like actually experience it and then, you know, it's the idea of trial, just like they get to it's just like test driving your Audi before you bought the Audi. You know, you're not going to buy an Audi off the lot. You've got to take it for a spin. You got to feel the leather seats on your behind, and you got to double check that the radio works and that the seat warmer works. And you know, it's just like it's that whole thing of just, you know, we just need reassurance that our instincts that we're making the right decision are correct. So trial is a great way to do that. Any way you can bake in trial, or bake in some way for them to experience what they're going to get from the course.
Fantastic. Okay. So let me reflect some things that I was writing while you were talking. Because this, it literally fixed a problem and has connected me more to how I would like to do business anyway. But I was like, but here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to spend the next 3 weeks trying to build out this website, right? I know I'm ready to go. And I don't want to wait. I feel like that's what's going to make me overthink, right? I don't want to do that. So when you were saying, as soon as you said, you know, if somebody wants to join the membership, that they have to contact us to talk about it, or contact me, book a call with me, schedule a call with me in order to hear about it. Because first of all, it fixed the logistic problem of the page. So basically what all I have to do is write the copy for the page.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And honestly, I don't have to write a ton of copy. What I can do is write a little bit of copy and then shoot a video and just put the video on the page and talk about it. Right. And essentially this is kind of, you know, where I'm landing, which is what you were saying, which was like, you know, hey, you know, schedule a call with me or like our lead coach, whatever, because the Multicultural Leaders Lab is an investment of, these might not be the words, but you get the idea, of intention, energy, and active practice. This group is full of leaders who want to go beyond theory to action, and therefore it's not entered into lightly. Like
Nice.
that kind of sense of, this is why you can't just click it. This is why we need to talk. It's because not only is there more that you have to understand, but there's actually like you are joining something that we need to know. Are you ready to commit to it?
Mm-hmm.
I like that, because then what I'm hearing you saying too is, you know, it's really easy to buy the courses. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally a click, right? Here's your video, here's your stuff. And that's fine. And I think in this phase one, if you will, of launching this, that's fine. Here's a product, buy the product. And there are some add-ons. Here's some add-ons. If you want to talk to Nikki, if you want to whatever, here are the things. And we have this membership available, but here's where you actually need to talk to somebody. Because you're right. I think I might have a client or two that might say, yeah, just give me the membership because they're used to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not going to be most people, right? And I can sell that membership within my already existing contract with my clients. So like, I don't have to worry about them on this website thing, right? Because they already have access to me. But if somebody's new to me, trusting the reality that somebody will probably buy a course. They'll buy the course, they'll go through it, hopefully they'll love it, and then say, let me buy another course.
Right.
They'll probably buy another course, right? Before they go all in on a $8,500 membership, right? And that is the drip method, if you will, of this connectivity in, you know, a thousand true fans, right? That all of that whole idea. And for me, that I'm really committed to continuing to build relationship and to expanding my network. And that is a great way to do that. Even though it's not, what my personality would like, which is, hey, enrollment's open and 625 people buy the lab membership and I'm good. And I don't have any work to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is really helpful for me. And it also gave me the thought of like, we wanted to have like, you can, as one person, you can buy this course, but then we wanted to have a multi-user option
Mm.
for, people in their things, because the price of it is just too much for multi-user. But I was thinking like, how are we going to create that? How do we do that online? How do we, that can also be a, hey, love this course, contact our team to let you know about how to add multi-users. And then we don't have to, again, wait and obsess about the website. But we can say, if you loved this, just click here, book a call, and we'll show you how to do the multi-user. Right? That feels simple to me.
Yeah. Well, and you want to
Playing to
build
our
in,
strengths, playing
you
to my strengths.
you want to build in as many opportunities for them to connect with you directly as possible.
That is so good. That
So
is so good.
two other quick reflections. Number one, your instinct to have a limited amount of copy and a click here to book a call to learn more is spot on. Like, do not, don't fall into the trap of listing all the features and benefits, and nobody buys your features and benefits. Nobody gives a shit. I know that there's lots of gurus that are saying, your bonuses should be worth more than the cost. It's like, no, I've gone through those programs and I've built those sales pages and I've looked at the metrics on the back end, and people do the course and they don't even look at the bonuses. So why did I invest all that time? They didn't buy my course for the bonuses. But the other thing is, you mentioned being really clear about who this is for, in terms of, for leaders that are committed to taking intentional action to improve their posture in diversity, equity, inclusion. You want to be like really super explicit, committed to taking intentional action. Nick Peterson had this article that he shared, that I commented on earlier today, where he's partnering with Chris Voss, and I know you know who he is. And one of the things that he learned, he's sharing things that he learned, and one of the things that he said he learned is, you don't measure how many people you save, measure how many people you save that want to be saved. Because, like you were articulating, there are people that will buy the course because buying the course and doing the course feels like you've actually done something worthwhile. That's knowledge acquisition. Knowledge acquisition can be valuable, but knowledge that's not applied is not learning, and learning that does not lead to a new way of being does not change anything. So that's, you want to remind people, like, the knowledge, you'll get all the knowledge you need, but if the value of the membership is, if you really want to make this work, join whatever, however many people you're going to take into the membership. Let people, like, I would encourage you to make that a closed, like a fixed number. Like, we have room for 100 or 50 or whatever it's going to be, committed leaders, leaders that are leaders committed to taking intentional action and making measurable, significant progress in this area. And there was one other thing that now has slipped my mind, but the whole idea of I want to automate everything. Not gonna like you want as many opportunities for people to connect with you as possible because they will buy the higher ticket thing once they have experience being on a call with you, especially if they have first like they've done the course and you're reminding them that the course is just the knowledge. I mean, you could even have follow up or have your team follow up like, hey, we saw that you completed the course, congratulations. You're one of the
Mm.
10% of people that actually complete a course that they bought online. But now comes the really hard part. How do you apply this knowledge so that it turns into learning that actually leads to meaningful change? um, that could be the start of a conversation. What action steps have you taken? And when they say, oh, I'm still thinking about it, it's like, oh, so do you need some help putting yourself on the hook and being accountable for putting this information to work for you? Would you like to speak to a member of our team about the team of leaders that we meet with every week, every month, whatever it is, that are you know that are making the difference that they say they want to make.
This is awesome, Scott. This is exactly, yeah. Thank you for all of that. That is, I feel way more freed up than I did.
Let your work do all the heavy lifting for you. Like you are you are masterful at this work that you do, which is really, I cannot think of a more fraught sphere, because you're dealing with people that look like me that are that are in a position of authority, and they're shitting their pants because they cannot afford to make a mistake, to look bad, and to look like they don't know what they're doing. And
And
so
you need all of those things in order to get better.
exactly. But in a way, what you're providing with the membership is, hey, this is a place where, yeah, it's safe. You can share your vulnerabilities and your fears and your doubts, but it's also a brave space where we're going to actually give you, um, the philosophy, principles, tools, and tactics and strategy to actually execute this out loud and in public, and step into the leader that you really have always hoped that you could become.
Oh,
Um,
this is fantastic.